everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here today with something a little bit more different. Don't mind my face. I had this makeup on all day. I'm a little bit shiny, but I don't mind the dewy look. I don't mind it a little bit. So this lifetime story time is going to be about me growing up as a homophobic with a gay mother. A little confusing, huh? But I just want to tell you guys why I used to be the way I used to be and what triggered it, what was my issues and stuff growing up with a gay mother. It started off when I was in the second, third grade-ish. I moved to Brooklyn when I was in the first grade, and we moved to Brownsville. If y'all from New York, y'all know where Brownsville is. It's straight ghetto, straight hood. I attended the school PS 178. And I went there from the first grade until the 8th grade. And then of course I moved to high school, blah blah. But when we moved to Brownsville, we found an apartment by Saratoga Avenue and Rockaway or Thomas Boland, something like that, around there. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to remember everything because it was so long ago. Okay, we was in Saratoga, and my mom met Rosa in the shelter. And when we met her, she was crazy. She's still crazy, but she was crazier because she had a whole pregnant belly and she was fighting bitches in the street. But yeah, she's one of those ghetto ass Puerto Ricans. And so my mom met her there, whatever. We all moved together to Saratoga. And of course, growing up, me young, that's my mom's friend, blah blah. That was my mindset. That's her friend. It wasn't a wife, that was her friend. In second grade, I started getting bullied because my mom was gay. And in that school, for those, if y'all watching and y'all all went to 178, the time when I went to 178, or even before my time, because that school always been bad. It hasn't been bad, but the kids in it was bad. Y'all know how fast these kids were and reckless they were. It was fights all the time. They was cursing in the second grade. They was talking about sex. Third graders talking about how big their pee-pee is. It was just so crazy. Going into that school, you don't even need sex ed because all the kids already knew what sex was by the time they was 10 years old. Me, I was kind of late. I was one of those that, I thought I knew, but I really was just learning when I was just hearing that shit. But anyways, that's irrelevant. So yeah, I started going to the school and I started getting bullied by this guy. I still know his name, but I'm not gonna say it because it's irrelevant. But he would be like, "Oh, you have two moms? That's weird." And he was just one of those badass kids that was just not raised well, or he probably was raised well, but he just see bad things at home and stuff like that. He was running the streets since he was young. And the reason why I know that is because, of course, if y'all all went to 178, we all grew up together, so we all seen everything. We seen it all. We seen everything about each other. Lies and truths. So he would, "Oh, you don't have a dad? That's weird. You have two moms? Where's your dad? Oh, you don't have a dad, blah blah," bullying me. And I'm like, that is my dad. My mom is my dad. Growing up, my mom is my dad. She still is my dad. And he would bother me, blah blah, all the time. And it didn't really affect me because I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I didn't understand. I just saw it as okay, he sees two girls or whatever. And so fast forward to the third grade, that's when everything started getting crazy. This kid bothered me so much. I used to cry. I was crying because I'm a Cancer and I'm very sensitive. And even still to this day, if you arguing with me, I'm gonna cry. And I hate that because people think that you hurting my feelings, but you not hurting my feelings. But I would never tell my mom. But this dude, like, he was so mean. Like, I would go to the bathroom, and because I didn't want to give him the answers to an exam, he would stomp on my papers and rip it up and stuff like that, and lie saying I never did that. And he used to hit me and stuff, and of course, I always hit back, but I didn't like to because I was not like that. Like, anybody that knows me knows that I was always so humbled. I was not a fighter. I am not a fighter still to this day. I only fight when I have to. Like, if you putting your hands on me or you disrespecting me to the fullest, I'm gonna fight you. But besides that, I'm very humble and stuff like that. So, I used to like try to walk away from situations and stuff, but he was just one of those that kept picking, because if you look weak to him, he's gonna pick on you because he was just that whack. Like, he was one of those whack little boys. He also saw my mom walking with Rosa, and again, I was young, I didn't know any of these words. He was like, "Ew, your mother's a lesbian, that's gross." And I'm like, what are you talking about? What's a lesbian? Oh, you dumb, you don't know what a lesbian is? In the 3rd grade, talking like that. You don't know? I'm like, no. He was like, your lesbian is your mother. And everybody else who was in the class was like, oh, blah, blah. I'm sure none of them even knew what that was. Or they probably did. They was probably crazy and like him. But my mom didn't really teach me about, lesbian, gay. She just taught me, you like who you like. Don't put a title on it. You like who you like. You are who you are. That's how she always told me. And it got to the point where it got so bad that what I was going through in school, I started bringing it at home. And I would go home, I would be so mean to Rosa. Like, Rosa remembers because she still talks about it to this very day. Like, she used to tell me, you was bad. You was so bad to me. And, like, I remember I used to go home. I used to yell at Rosa in the 3rd grade. I was like 8 years old, 8, 9 years old. I used to yell at Rosa. I used to pull her hair, like, disrespect her. Like, I wouldn't want her talking to me. Like, don't talk to me or anything like that. My mom would try to talk to me. I would listen to my mom, of course, because I was always scared of her. But I didn't want my mom talking to me because she was nasty. Like, she was gross. That was nasty. Like, she was with another girl. She wasn't with my dad. Why you not with my dad? And of course, I was young. I didn't understand why she was not with my dad until, of course, now that I'm older and she told me, and I completely understand, I wouldn't be with him either. My mom used to be a cop at the time, so like she would come to school with her work uniform. Oh, your mom's a cop, but she's a lesbian. That's gross. That is not okay. And I'm like, from little kids, I'm like, what are you talking about? That's my mom. That's my mom. Oh, if I was you, I would be embarrassed because my mother says that 2 girls and 2 guys are disgusting. They're disgusting. Because in Jamaica, they don't like that. They will kill people like your mom. And I'm young. I started crying. I'm like, they're gonna kill my mom. They're gonna kill my mom. Blah, blah. I was so scared. I was so hurt. And I would go home again and be so mad at Rosa. I will cry. I will be so mean to her because she was going to kill my mom because she wants to be with my mom. The person that told me was Jamaican, so I'm sure their culture in Jamaica, they don't allow that, which everybody knows that Jamaicans are very, strict when it comes to same-sex relationships. But that's a whole different story. That's not my culture. Not only was I hearing stuff like that in school, different counselors would try to talk to me and I would never want to speak. I hold everything in. And I wasn't only hearing that in school and seeing it at home. Like my mom, kissed Rose on the cheek and stuff, which made me like sick to my stomach at the time. But I was hearing it from a family member saying, oh, you need to come stay with me because you growing up with your mom, you're gonna end up just like her. And I was like, I don't want to like girls. I like boys. I don't want to die. Because, that other person told me that they killed them in their country and stuff like that. And I'm hearing, you know, from other people in my school, oh, that's gross, that's nasty. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do that. And it would make me be even more mean to Rosa, and I would be disrespectful and stuff like that. And I did not want to listen and stuff. And it was just, you know, it was just hurting me every single day that I would get teased in school for like 3 years because of my mother's life choice. So in my eyes, it was her fault. It was my mom's fault that I'm getting teased in school. And it was Rosa's fault that she stole my mom from my dad. And she wanted to put the gay flag on her window. And during that time, gay marriage was still not legal. But she wanted to put the gay flag on her window, and I was like, no. I was embarrassed. I was like, no. Like, I'm not doing that. No. Like, don't do that because that's embarrassing. Like, no. You like another female. That's gross. That's nasty. You supposed to like men. Where's my dad? And I know that used to make Rose feel bad because I didn't have no filter. I always spoke my mind, and I'm still like that to this day. I don't have hair on my tongue. I'll say what I feel. I was around more gay people, and I started, you know, my eyes started opening, like, wow, like, everyone is happy. Nobody's, like, talking down on me having a gay mom, and no one teases me for my mom holding Rosa's hands in my middle school, and me holding my mom's hand while my mom holds Rosa's hand. Like, nobody was teasing me. And I joined a dance team in my school. At the time, it's called Forever Young. But within the dance life, I was around a whole bunch of gays and transgender people, and it was just such a happy place. Like, there wasn't no drama. Like, there's drama. There's mad drama, but it wasn't, you know, against each other. It wasn't, oh, you're gay, blah, blah, you know, putting people down for their life choices. It wasn't like that. That opened my eyes a lot. Eventually, you know, I went to my first gay parade at 17 years old. I was straight, and I was just, you know, representing for my mom. And as I got older, now that I'm 20 years old, I represent to the fullest. I'm proud. Like, I don't care if my mom is gay. Like, Ma, if you like vagina, go ahead. Get you all the vagina in the world if you want. Go ahead. Do whatever. Live your life. My mindset changed because it's 2018. If anybody is still having issues with the LGBTQ community, you need to go to a different planet. Or just simply open your eyes and realize that it's not the end of the world. Nobody's going to hell, because I heard that too, that my mom was going to hell because she was gay. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to hell too. You grew up with gay parents. Don't be ashamed of it. You know, it's life. It's not the end of the world. It's their choices. At the end of the day, as long as they love you and treat you and raise you right and support you throughout all your decisions you make in this world, who cares? They're your parents. They're my parents. My mom is my mom and my dad. And Rosa is my stepmother. Those are my parents. So they raised me for who I am today. They raised me not to take no shit from nobody. They raised me to finish school. And now they raised me to be where I am today with my career and hopefully working on getting my own place and then getting married soon. I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and I hope it helps open your eyes and to ignore all the haters and the ignorant people who try to get in your ears. The LGBTQ community has my support 100%, and so does my parents. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what you would like to see next, and thank you guys for watching.